We are organizing and this event in Belgrade since 2004. And I can tell you that I am personally very proud that I was one of the actually beginner of this show 21 years back. Practically after 20 years, we are at much more higher, much more bigger, much more important show, which is illustrating the growing of Serbian defense industry. We had made in recent years large efforts, and now, as you know, we also had a military parade in Saturday of 20th of September, which is coincidentally done at the same time, and we can tell that we had made such kind of critical weight of development of highly developed weapon systems in the range and also in the quantities, qualities of course, which is going to put our country in global player in defense industrial potentials. We are practically became global player in artillery, for example, with development of NORA B-52 NG weapon, which is very competitive with most important Western, practically the systems of this category, and also the global player in ammunition. For example, speaking about wide range of ammunition, from the small arms ammunition, medium calibers, artillery, mortar shells, rocket ammunition, with the range, both Russian and Western standards in calibers, and also with capacities, which is globally very important for many clients all over the world. We are a neutral country with 4 columns of global power. Speaking about EU, like 1 column, United States, but also China and Russia. We are practically the using of complex weapon systems in our armed forces made in those 4 columns. From this reason, you can see here the pavilion, national pavilion of China, which is practically at the same level of practically the marketing, the promotional, actually the effectiveness, as like in the all other bigger global shows in the worldwide. Also, the French is also, of course, existing with particularly with the Rafale actually system also, but also they are the other countries targeting or already presented in Serbia, like also Russians and something like that. In this big hall one, we are presenting the new products, particularly products from development programs, but also from programs which have been already in some kind of low rate or full rate serial production for our armed forces. Those systems belonging to the production programs of Yugoimport and VTI, Ministry Technical Institute of Serbian Armed Forces, which has their own production development programs, and we are participating together. This mortar 203 is one ingenious program which is prospective and interesting, of course, with the huge firepower, with 100 kilos weight and 30 kilos explosive, and reaching those ranges with very powerful grenade with particularly high demolition effect and high fragmentation effect. It is based on ingenious development of the Technical Institute. Also, we have seen very close to this mortar, a smaller 155 weapon, and this weapon is looking like more than similar like Caesar or Atmos, according to concept, also made recently in BTI. And you can see our NORA in practically 3 different weapons. One of those is Alexander NORA. It is something which has been demonstrated first time a few years back. It is something which we are developing, but relatively actually slowly. You have seen the NORA standard, NORA M15, with 12 rounds ready for fire in concept, which has been developed in the early 2000s with FAP, domestic chassis of Serbian origin. It is the difference, and this system we are using in our armed forces for many years. But also the new generation NORA, which has been practically unveiled in 2023, now is very close to the entering in serial production. And you also have seen outside of actually the desert yellow colored the weapon for Azerbaijan armed forces, which is also based on same design, but in Tatra chassis. This one is Unmanned chassis, this one, with 30 rounds ready for fire. The NORA is flagship of our Yugoimport program, and even defense industry of Serbia, because it is something which we really use. So we use this word 2015, that we enter in the global players in artillery, fully competitive against practically any leading Western producers, because it is very high step beyond for a relatively small country as like Serbia is. Also, you will see here in the exhibition some premieres. For example, we would like to tell our range of vehicles, Yugoimport 4x4 Miloš, 4x4 Miloš 2, laser-free, laser-free M with turret, with different, you can see the different concept, and also the laser-free K command vehicle premierly showed here. And finally, our new and very interesting program, Alexander Unifier. It is a 4x4 vehicle of 7 tons weight, total weight, which is based on a modified Humvee chassis with slightly different modified actually the chassis, which can accept our new anti-tank mine protection with level 2A, 2B according to NATO standard 4569. It is much more comfortable with bigger space inside. And this family of vehicle has been primarily shown in our military parade. And also we have the other version, the cargo version, with the Raven loitering weapon integrated outside. Also, we also have planned to put on this pickup also the mortars or multiple launch rocket systems and the other weapon systems, and also operational observation system, etc. It is the new member of our vehicle actually, the range which we are Yugoimport made. We are following this philosophy of drones. Also, we have drone bombers, including those airdrop mortar shells with our own ingeniously developed fuses. We have also the drones, meaning FPVs or direct one-way effectors, bomber drones, and finally the loitering ammunition, particularly representing with domestic developed Serbian domestic and Yugoimport domestic Raven system. Raven system we have integrated in this Alexander Unifier, the chassis with 8 launchers container, also with manned chassis with 27 containers, and command also the vehicle, providing for ability for launching of 27 or to 8 actually drones. Operator is launching it by small rocket motor. The ammunition is flying by electric motor, reaching the height about 500 to 2,000 meters, and going by programmable trajectory up to digital map. The other operator is controlling the camera, infrared camera. He is independently trying to find the target. And the camera is enough good, infrared camera, to recognize targets like, for example, 4x4 vehicle, artillery systems, etc. After actually identifying a target, the operator is making lock-on and destroying target directly. Up to range of 120 kilometers in area of, let's say, one way, or even less, for example, 50 kilometers, when we have about 30 minutes of loitering around the area. It is practically giving fantastic abilities for battlefield versatility. It is very good. Serbian defense industry also have the high tradition in the area of multiple launch rocket systems. Started with M63 towed weapon in caliber 128, short range 8.5 kilometers, made in the early 60s. After that, M77 with a range of 20 kilometers, with similar like Grad, 32 rockets, which is still on our forces of Serbia and other countries of Yugoslavia. Now we are developing during the recent years and producing the several new weapons. But now on this exhibition we are promoting practically 3 types of those systems. First is a modular system based on caliber 128 in containers, can also launch of course, 122 in the same containers with platform. It is the ALAS missile system at the right-hand side, and the left-hand side is 12 launcher of 128mm non-guided rocket. Can launch ALAS missile system range 25 kilometers with, of course, fiber optic guidance, etc. We also have, as you can see here, a Tamnava modular rocket launcher with two basic rockets in pods. First is a 122mm Grad rocket with range of 20 or 40 kilometers, depending on types of rockets. 96 totally, or let's say 4 containers by 24. 48 ready for fire at platform, and additional 48 ready for reloading by crane. Also, the weapon has additional weapon. It is a 262mm rocket, a range 70 kilometers, non-guided rocket, with development of some guided rockets, but even this non-guided rocket just entering production, with 12 rockets 262 caliber, with range of 70 kilometers. With this guided rocket, after development, weapon will be double firepower as like for example, HIMARS, which has 6 rounds ready for fire or something like that. But in any case, it is the huge, full-size 8x8. Also, you can see here the models of guided rockets and non-guided rockets in 70-kilometer range and 50-kilometer range, depending on types of warhead, etc. But also, you have seen the huge rocket. It is caliber 400mm and range of 300 kilometers. It is still in development for a long time, but it is belonging to the other weapon, belonging to this weapon, the modular weapon, calling Šumadija, with 4 rockets by 400mm in this. But also today, this even first time we published another weapon for this modular rocket launcher. Instead of left container with 2 rockets 400mm, we put one big container for our development program of heavy loitering ammunition with range of 300 kilometers according to the of course international regulations. Those 2 chassis has been made many years back in our prototype, based on previously of course by the KAMAZ chassis, but now we are practically passing from KAMAZ to the MAN chassis and Tatra chassis for every platform. I would like to tell that it is something interesting. It is the big modular weapon with ballistic, actually rockets, guided rocket 400mm or cruise missile. You can see here from this position this combat set. You can see better from this position 2 400mm rockets launchers or one big cruise missile or something like that. We have the program. It is program of VTI, not Yugoimport. It is program based on Isuzu. I'm calling it Osica on Serbian language. Better translation in English is WASP. It is a hunter-killer philosophy, similar like in Russian the Lancet system. The Sparrow is flying around the target area with a camera, practically scanning the area of target area, and when operators can see the target, it is giving the position of target to the operator, and the operator is launching the Wasp or Hornet, okay, so that operator can just make some adjustment of the targeting, because launching in the direction of already predicted target, practically designated by Sparrow. It is very important. In the core, M84 was upgraded T-72, and our engineers can make upgrade of this tank and make M84 design with new integrated day and night sight, and also can made later the new power pack with 100 horsepower. Its idea was to make a tank which was already modernized T-72. Now we are making the high upgrade of this design with integration of new explosive reactive armor, also making the new remote control weapon station and the other situation awareness system like cameras for 360 degrees and integration with C4I system. Also M84 AS3 is featuring with the prototype of active protection, which is our own ingeniously designed active protection system, AS3. It is also based on some integration of some new ammunition, like, for example, the shrapnel type of ammunition with airburst, actually the fuse with steel balls, increasing fragmentation effect above target, with the new APF SDS ammunition generously developed also for this tank. And the other features, which is of course optionally done, we can put on something like panoramic optoelectronic sight in some. It is something like options, but you have seen this in the configuration which has been already put. I just would like to add, sorry for that, I didn't mention that we also producing the aircraft like Lasta basic trainer, with also development of new turboprop Lasta, which is also basic trainer with high performances and with some limited counterinsurgency abilities, including carrying of such kind of some kind of not only machine gun or non-guided rockets and bombs, but also guided weapons. And also we are producing the SOVA, all the selective trainer and utility aircraft, also with variety of concepts. Also producing some bigger UAVs, the wing type, actually, the fixed wing type UAVs, including the Pegasus UAV, etc., something like that. Our message is that Serbia became global player in many areas of the defense industry, which is much exceeding the average economical and demographical basic picture of Serbia as like a small country in the Balkans, in the West, in the East Europe. Still neutral country, would like to be, of course, the free to keep the friendly relationship with all countries around, all countries in the world, to be neutral in any conflict, to not support any country in the conflict directly, or something like that. The peace is something which we can reach more with arming than with disarming.
Thank you so much, Alexander. Thank you.